You think I set this up?
I think someone did.
That's not the same thing. I'm 28, and I work scheduling for a mid-sized logistics company. The kind of job that's genuinely hard to explain at parties, so I usually just say admin stuff and let it go. I have Instagram the way a lot of people my age have. Instagram. Sporadically, without a real strategy. Mostly because I made the account in college and never got around to deleting it. Maybe 400 followers, some brunch photos, pictures from a trip I took to Portugal 2 years ago, a few selfies, and a lot of photos of my dog, Miso, who is genuinely the most photogenic member of my household. I had never made the account private because there was never a reason to. The week this started, I had just gotten home from a double shift, and I was lying in bed scrolling through my notifications when I noticed a new follower with a username that looked randomly generated. Just a first name and a string of numbers. The account had no posts, no profile photo, no bio. I sat with it for maybe 4 seconds, accepted anyway, and then put my phone face down and went to sleep. The DM came 3 days later, and I almost missed it because it landed in the message requests folder. It was from a man I had never seen before, 34, based on what I could piece together from his profile, which was real and filled out in the way that made it obvious he wasn't hiding anything. He opened the message with a screenshot, and for a second I thought it was a mistake. A wrong account. Because the face in the screenshot was mine, but the name underneath it wasn't. The bio said she was 27, lived in Portland, worked in graphic design, and the profile photo was a picture I had posted from Portugal. The one on the steps outside the São Jorge Castle, where the light was hitting at that specific late afternoon angle that I had been weirdly proud of.
I'm not trying to make this weird.
How long did you say?
6 weeks, every day, basically.
His message was long. Long enough that there was a slight lag when I scrolled through it. The kind of micro delay that only happens when the text block is bigger than the app expects. He explained that he had been talking to this person for 6 weeks. He said the conversations had felt real, that they had talked every day, that they had plans to meet. He said the video calls kept getting rescheduled, always a different reason, and that eventually he got suspicious and reverse searched one of the images she had sent him, and the search result led directly here, to my actual account. You think I set this up?
I think someone did.
That's not the same thing. His message was polite at first, the way someone sounds when they are trying very hard to stay calm and are not entirely succeeding. He said he wasn't accusing me of anything, that he just wanted to understand what was going on. But somewhere in the middle of the message, the tone shifted in a way that was hard to pin down exactly. He wasn't asking questions anymore, so much as presenting a sequence of events and leaving a blank at the end where my explanation was supposed to go. He used the word coordinated somewhere in the middle, referring to the fake profile, and I read that sentence twice because it was doing more than one thing at once, and I wasn't sure which version of it he meant.
The profile is still up, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
I did not respond that night. What I did instead was tap through to the fake profile, which was still up, still active, and found 11 of my photos arranged in a grid that looked almost but not quite like my actual account. Slightly different order, slightly different captions, the way a copy of something looks when the person making it understood the surface but not the logic underneath. Most of the photos I recognized immediately could place exactly when I had posted them and why. But the last one stopped me. It was a mirror selfie taken in my bathroom, one of those pictures you post and then look at an hour later and think, no, and take down before it collects much attention. I had deleted it the same day. I was almost certain I had deleted it before anyone could have saved it. The way you're almost certain of something you didn't think to document at the time. She's in 2 of them.
Who is?
Someone I used to follow. She was in 2 of them. There was a woman who appeared in the background of 2 of the photos used in the fake profile. One from a birthday dinner, one from a rooftop thing the summer before last. And she was someone I had followed and been followed by for years, a mutual acquaintance the way people accumulate them in their mid-20s. Not a close friend, but not a stranger either. I had noticed at some point in the last 2 months that her account had gone private, and I had thought nothing of it at the time because people go private all the time. I did not think about her when I first saw the fake profile. I thought about her later, around the 3rd or 4th time I opened the profile to look at something specific. The way you return to a room because you can feel you left something behind even if you can't name what it is. I drafted a response to him 4 times over the next 2 days. The 3rd one I got furthest with. I had worked out what I actually wanted to say, which was that I had no idea this was happening, that I was also a victim of whoever had done this, that I was sorry for what he had gone through, but that I had not been any part of it. Somewhere in the middle of writing it, I opened the fake profile one more time to check the timestamp on the deleted photo, because I wanted to be accurate about when I had posted and removed it in case he asked. The timestamp on that photo in the fake profile predated the window I was thinking of. Not by much, but enough that I sat with the phone in my hand for a moment without moving, and then closed the app without screenshotting it, and set the phone down and sat there in my kitchen for a while. I reported the fake account that evening and screenshotted everything else I could find. The profile, the photos, the metadata I could access, the follower count, the tag locations. The account came down within 48 hours, which was faster than I had expected, and somehow did not make me feel better. He sent one more message after the profile came down. Shorter this time. No apology. Just a single line asking if I had any idea who might have done this. I read it on a Tuesday morning before my shift, standing in my kitchen with my coat already on, and I set my phone face down on the counter and left. The read receipt had already gone through. I knew that. Had thought about it for a second before setting the phone down, had done it anyway, or not been able to stop it in time. I wasn't sure which. The account that had followed me 3 days before all of this started, the one with no posts and the randomized username, had quietly unfollowed me sometime in between, and I only noticed because I thought to check, and by then there was no way to know exactly when it had happened.